Hey guys, I'm here with my Football Manager 2012 save with Manchester City. We're in the year 2030, starting our 18th season, I believe, maybe 19th. So I'm here to show you my squad, maybe give seasonal updates. I guess I'll just dig in. So I'll start with some legends. How about that? We got 4 legends so far. Tahsin Kırgız. He's a Turkish first team coach for QPR. He's been with the club, or he was with the club, for about 15 years until he retired. He started his career at Besiktas, where I picked him up for 30 million, and he was just a beast. He had some great seasons, as you can see here, and now he's a first-team coach for QPR. He's not that good, so I'm not going to pick him up anytime soon, unless his stats tremendously improve, but I don't think they will. Anyway, Adamakis. This man is amazing. Tasos Adamakis. He's a Greek defensive midfielder / central midfielder. I play him in central midfield. He's been amazing for us. He's just been our star midfielder. He's there every game. As you can see by his stats, he's always been consistent. He's never had a poor game, as far as I can remember. Just been great. He always gets a ton of assists. His best season having 29 in 2020/21. And our next superstar is Dean Bartley. He retired last year. I can't show you much about him, but he was with us from 2012 to 2031. He had 329 appearances and 192 goals. I picked him up for about 3 million from Swansea in 2011 to 2012. That was one of the best buys I've ever made in this game. He was just a beast for us. I'm going to show you his the overall right here and my best 11. And you'll see Dean Bartley right there with 473 appearances, 268 goals. Not the most amazing you've ever seen, I must admit. But he was definitely a beast. 7.30 average rating. And then with the final person on this list, we got Thomas Sava. Sava has been here. He came out of the club a long time ago. And I sent him on loan a few times to Lille. I didn't think he would develop. But guess what? Lille really turned him on. And now he's been one of the best strikers in the world. Look at his stats down there. Just brilliant. Anyway, those are my legends. I have some, let me show you my best 11 overall. This is overall my 15 seasons. We got Ron Rodriguez. He's been here since the first year. We got him for 23 million from Real Madrid. And I started using him in the first season as a substitute. Now, Joe Hart was pissing me off. I love him in real life. Don't take that away from me. But he was pissing me off, so I decided to use him as a first keeper starting the 2014-2015 season. He's won, is it 12? Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Alright, he's won the Golden Glove on 11 occasions. He's won Under 20 World Cup Golden Glove. He's won the English Premier Division. Who cares? He's won the World Cup with Spain just this past year, beating Tunisia. I don't know how they got to the final. Alright, let's show you some more of my players. De Jong was actually in my best 11. I don't know why he's there. I definitely have some better players than him. I'd say Fernando. He's a midfielder as well. Who else is Nagoy? He's not with us currently, but he was a great midfielder for the club for about 10 years. I really don't understand why De Jong is here. He was with the club for what? 10 years, I guess. I guess that's fair. But I still wouldn't give him the At least the first 11, maybe the substitutes. Anyway, Barry Leros. He's this Dutch defender. Oh my god, he's amazing. Look at those stats, and he's 35. You just imagine him with physicals. That was him back about 5 years ago or so. He was brilliant. Look at these stats. We picked him up from Paris for 82 million. I realize that is a large number, but you see, I have the cash to spend, and I'm not really looking to buy anybody else. So why not splash the cash on this defender who's going to last me for another 12 years, whatever. And he's also a brilliant coach, who I also signed as a player coach now. And let's see who's next. Hoffman. Quaim Hoffman. He's also Dutch. He's been here since I picked him up for only 5.25 million from, who was it? The Graafschap. No, PSV. Alright. And the stats are on the bottom. You see, he never scores. That's the funny thing about him. He scored maybe 5 goals in his whole career as a left back. He gets tons of assists. No doubt about it. Now I'm going to show you the person who's been captain for tons of years. He's retiring this season. A few days he'll retire. I'm showing him right before he retires. He's been our captain. His stats are very bad right now. I used him a bit last year. Wasn't really interested. He did play fantastic throughout his whole career. We picked him up for 30 million from Karpate. Who do they play? I think Ukraine. Yes, Ukraine. Sorry for the mispronunciation, but, you know. Anyways, he's been a beast for us. He's been captain. He's always supported my decisions in the club. And yeah, that's about it. Nick Bond. We got this guy for, what is it? 2.3 million from Swansea. The same year that Dean Bartley came, actually. Now, I haven't been using him lately because look at the physicals, they're crap, same with Leros. But he's still a good defender, no doubt about it. He's 34 now. He was a beast for Wales. 84 appearances, 8 goals, yep. 2.5 stars current ability. Still decent, good backup, but I don't really use him anymore. I'm expecting him to retire within the next year or two. I want him to retire with the club. Eden Hazard, we had him for about a good 10 years. He played amazing for us. He actually solely won us the first 2 Champions League since the game started in 2012 and 13. Now we got Eduardo Souza Jr. I call him Ed. Whatever you want to call him, that's fine. He's a beast. Now, what you're going to see here is 180 million for him. That is not when I first bought him. I first bought him for 16.5 million. I accidentally let him go for free. I do not know why I did this, but he was brilliant for AC Milan. I just had to have him back. So I decided to buy him back for 180 million. I realize that is a large number, but he was totally worth it. He's had a lot of great seasons for the club. Just a great player. Next we have Kyrgyz, I already showed you. Adamakis, I already showed you. Bartley, I already showed you. Joe Hart. Joe Hart was decent. I don't know why he's there. Probably because Juan Rodriguez has racked up 936 appearances since his inception into the club. Into the first team, rather. And because of that, there's been 0 goalkeepers looking to overtake him. I have a guy named Del Rio. He is decent. He's looking to be the next Juan Rodriguez, but he won't get first team time for another 2-3 years because Juan Rodriguez is looking brilliant still. See? Very nice stats. 3.5 stars current ability. Company is there. Bale is there. Abel. I do not know why he's listed. He was not an amazing player for us. He was very injury prone. Look at all these injuries. 3 months, 4 months, 3 months. 4 weeks. 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks. You know? So he wasn't very good for us. I don't know why he's there. We got Thomas Sava, which I already showed you, I believe. Hozo Ballo. Ballo was great for us. He plays for Nuremberg now.
He moved there for free because I haven't been playing him for the last bunch of years. He was a great Croatian. I signed him for 30 million, a little like Radicek. And yeah, he's still a very good player. He was a small defender. Don't get me wrong. He still scored a lot of goals. Now we got Umit Kaya. He's a coach for us. Very good player. I actually sent him back to Besiktas to retire there on free. It was his favorite club where he came out of, and I thought I'd owe him to him. I paid 22.5 million for him. He had some great seasons for us. Not too many, only about 5, 6. But he was still an amazing player, and now he's a coach for the club. But the great thing about him going back to Besiktas was actually they were pretty far down in the table. And when he came back, he had a record goal-scoring season. Let me show you that. Yes, he had 26 appearances and 26 goals rather in 35 appearances, and he won. I think he won the Turkish Golden Boot, and he also won the league with them. He brought them to their league title, and then he retired. It's a great story. Anyways, next up on the list, we'll go to our senior squad. Okay, who do we have here? Let's look at our best players. We got sort by ability. We got Ramiro Gargillo. Correct me if I'm not pronouncing that right, but he has a 4-star current ability. I paid 61 million for him. Figured why not splash some cash. Got him from Lille. Totally worth it. Definitely worth it. Great player. Look at those technical abilities. The physicals aren't too bad. The mentals are great. He's just out of this world. He just gets a ton of assists every season. And we also have Toba Haas, who I've never really used. I'm looking to sell him. He had 2 great seasons at Atletico Madrid, but I do not use central attacking midfielders. I realize I could train him as a central midfielder, which I might do, but I'm also looking to sell him. But he doesn't seem to accept anybody else's contract, so that's a problem. Manuel Angel, another Ed. I paid 60 million for him. I first paid 21 million for him, but then I accidentally let him go. He had a great first season for us just this past season. 48 appearances, 36 goals, 23 assists, 7.49 average rating. He was just a beast. Let me tell you, man. Freaking beast. Alright, we got Takasuke Miyazaki. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, which I most likely am. He's only 5'5". Apologies for not having the British measurements, but as American, I see these better, you know? Okay, we bought him for 28 million from Ajax. It was a great buy, considering he was so cheap. Anyways, we haven't been able to use him yet, but next year, I think he's going to get some good time. Wallace, he's a goalkeeper. He's actually won the World Cup with Mexico. Brilliant player. Anyways, who do we have? Hoffman. Fisher Reap. I paid, about 5 years ago, I paid 68 million for this guy. Same year as Gargillo, actually. And he's been racking up the assists alongside Gargillo. Both my left and right midfielders. They've been beasts together. He's got great physicals, even better before you saw this video. The technicals are decent. Mentals are a bit lacking, but I can accept that, considering how great of a player he is. Madeleine, he's actually had his first real season last year, scoring 3 goals, getting 1 assist as a defender. Not bad. 32 appearances, 7.18 average. Really liking that. Who do we have next? Mehdi Picard. Picard, decent player, very decent. We picked him up for what was it, 4.1 million from Lille. No, we got a lot of players from Lille. He had his first season last year, wasn't amazing, but let me tell you what he is amazing for. France. He's been amazing for France. Just amazing. He's had billions of assists. He's already broken the seasonal assist record, and I was actually managing it at the time. I got sacked for a bad performance in the World Cup, but I did win the European Football Championship with him, as you could see on the right over there. And let's show you another player, Skip Scandro, he's not really worth showing. Casaneve, he was never our player. He was on AC Milan almost his whole career. I picked him up when he was about 31, I believe. Yes, for 17 million, that's all. He's had 2 great seasons for us. He's a brilliant defender, a legend at AC Milan. And he's also won 3 European football championships with what is it, France? And he's had 126 appearances for France. Just brilliant, brilliant. His physicals are still great despite his age. His technicals are just amazing, out of this ballpark. Mentals, freaking amazing. Anyways, who do we have next? We have Acuna. Actually, I started using him last season. He had a pretty bad injury. 2 months with torn knee ligaments. So I didn't really get to use him beyond that. I used him for 23 appearances, 4 subs, 5 goals, 7.2 on average. Very decent. I am definitely looking to use this guy more. Only 5'11", but he still is an amazing defender. Reminds me of Ballo a lot, except with very, very, very amazing technicals. Now we got Skip Diamande, John Del Rio. He's the goalkeeper I was talking about earlier. The next Juan Rodriguez, and he also won the World Cup of Spain as a substitute goalkeeper. J-Rod was the Juan Rodriguez was the main goalkeeper. Both mine. And he actually did have a few appearances last year. 5. Not the best average, but he looks like he'll be an amazing keeper when the time comes. Anyways, who do we have next? Gonk. He's a Slovenian. Very, very good player. Picked him up for, what is it, $900,000. That's all. And he had his first really decent season. 38 appearances, 4 assists, 7.2 on average. Who do we have next? Vanatal, Skip, Bravo, Team Jovanovic. He's a very, very, as you can see by his technicals, very, very technical player. Defensive midfielder, central midfielder. Very good. He finished 3rd place with Serbia in the World Cup actually last year. And he's just been amazing for us. Picked him up for 33 million from Bayern. And yeah, who do we have next? Fiery, I'm looking to sell him. Not the amazing player I thought he would be. He's actually Spanish, that's Zambian. But he plays for Spain. I picked him up for 15 million, been a great player, but again, I don't feel like using him. I have too many good players in that position. Who else do we have here? Eddie Walker. He's been amazing. He wants to leave because I haven't been using him. I have a lot of good players in that position. Most recently, Mikaya, whatever that freaking Japanese name is. I'm sorry. Can't remember his name. Miyazaki. Yes, yes. He's been the backup, not Eddie Walker. Eddie Walker was a great player for a while, as you could see by his stats, but not anymore. Picked him up for 11.25 million from Hearts in the Scottish Premier League. Who do we have next? Miller Pimentel. Picked him up for a lot of money back in the same year as Gargillo and Fisher Reap. 52 million. Very worth it for a few seasons. Didn't have the best goal scoring record, but always had a good season. Always came up big for us. Anyways, he's not been playing lately. Probably going to sell him. See if I could gain a bit of cash from him. Sasa Tadic, he's been with the club for a long time. Picked him up for 29 million when he was 15. And he's been playing for Croatia for a long time. I never really used him fully. So I'll just skip him. Pablo Garcia, amazing Mexican. Led Mexico to the World Cup. To a World Cup victory. A very good player. Still plays for us, starts. Definitely, in my opinion, is a legend for us. Only took 22.5 million to lure him away from Chivas. And who do we have next? Fernando. Great player, great midfielder. Had him forever too. 3.1 million from Flamengo. No. 59 million from Santos, my bad. Anyway, he's been here for a long time, a good 12 years now, and he's always been amazing. He didn't have too many apps last year, but still amazing. What can I say? Anybody else I want to show you guys? Tinguina. He's very bad right now, but as you can see by his positions, defender, central defender, right back, defensive midfielder, central midfielder, and a right midfielder. He was everywhere back when I used him. I've loaned him out the last few seasons, but when I used him, he was the best backup you could find. He had a great record, played for Brazil a lot. Only took 22.5 million to lure him away from Anzi, the Russian club. And yeah, that's about it. On the next episode, I'll show you some more of the our league standings and stuff. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you.